going over the software that I use in more detail that I use on a daily basis to profit from the market. And this is the Comeback Kid Manager E, which is a piece of software that I've talked about on my channel before, but a lot of you guys, I don't think you realize the actual power behind this piece of software and what it can actually do because of how complex and complicated it is. It does have something like 85 different settings, which is can be overwhelming to really understand how they work and how they can benefit you. But most people don't realize that I actually use this piece of software with its default settings. I don't change anything to get the results that you see right here. So these are the results that I'm talking to you about, the 33.59% profit that I've done in the last 8 months. I'm using the default settings with the Comeback Kid Manager EA. And if you guys are not using MetaTrader 5, you should just get it. If there's a broker that you have that has MetaTrader 5, change to it. MetaTrader 4 is old. It doesn't work it doesn't function very well. The back tests are very skewed and not accurate. MetaTrader 4 is not great for spreads. It's not great for execution. It's just not good enough anymore. It's time to move on. And MetaTrader 5, I'm going to be showing you how the strategy tester works and how it functions and how you should be using it as well to help guide you in making better decisions in the future for your trading. So I'm using 2010 to 2021, so that's about 11 years, even though you can go all the way back to 2003 with every tick data that you can purchase. I'm not going to go over how to install that data in MetaTrader 5 in this video, unfortunately. So I'm using a 20 millisecond delay, although you can use all the way up to 200 milliseconds. It doesn't really matter that much based on on real ticks here. This is the recommended starting balance of $3,000. I'm using 500 to 1 to 500 leverage, although you can probably use even 100 to 1 or maybe even 50 to 1 using the default settings because the Comeback Kid is really quite a capable piece of software even on lower leverage accounts. Okay, so you can see that we've had a few trades already that have been done already on the backtest, and we're currently in the first month of January. So I'm going to show you a couple of these trades and what the strategy looks for. So it looks for all of the indicators to be in agreement before taking auto trades. So the Comeback Kid is an algorithm. It's an EA. It's an auto trading EA by itself, and it's capable of doing that, which is a really cool function that it's capable of doing. So it can manage your manual positions, but it can also trade complete autopilot as well, so it's a dual function piece of software that I don't think there's anything that I've seen out there like it. So basically what we're looking for is the weekly ADX trend to show us an uptrend here and for the super trend to be in agreement. You can see that it is here. And so we had a few trades that were entered into the market and they closed out for profit. So I'm going to show you what the auto trade closed out. It took 2 trades right here. We're going to zoom in a little bit because it's a little bit difficult to see with all the things on chart. So you can see that there is a trade 1 over here, trade 2 popped back up, came out with $3.33 profit. So we're looking for 0.1% profit on the auto trades, and you can see that there was another basket of trades there for close for profit, 2 trades to be exact, another 2 trades here. And these were all done on complete autopilot. So now I'm going to show you what we're going to just take a simple trade using the buttons. So when I press the buy button here, for example, okay, so you can see that the order is entered into the market, right? This is where the order was placed. And the algorithm is going to do its best job to close out this trade into profit. So if the market goes up, you can see where my take profit line is up here. It's the green line up right there. That's 30 pips. So 30 pips is set for this initial trade. So we're going to see if that 30 pips is met, and I'll talk you through what happens. Okay, so it goes down, back up, and our 30 pips is met. That is $3 of our $3,000 account balance. Okay, so I'm going to enter another trade and see when we get to the point of not doing well. Oh, so it looks like the auto trade entered a couple positions. So my buy trade that I clicked with the button hit profit, but the auto trade that entered into the market based on when the criteria was met is now in its second trade. So the first trade was placed right here after an E&G candle setup that took place, and it was expecting to go down. Well, you see that it didn't go down. It actually went back up, right? So the Comeback Kid tries to manage your position into profit. Since this first sell trade did not manage to go into 30 pips profit, it went against us. So what the Comeback Kid does is it now is starting to use its secondary take profit, which is when we have more than 2 orders into the market, it looks for a percent profit of 0.1%. So that means 2 or more orders that enter the market, it looks to average into your position to get you out of that trade into profit once that pullback does take place with the market. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and continue, and you can see that's what took place. Okay, so I'm going to pause this. So you can see that our trade ended up closing out for a realized profit right in here. So there was a $3.08 profit that was taken, and we're going to move on because that showed that our average in position was able to close out for a realized profit. So we're going to click the play button, and we're going to enter another buy position here and see what happens. Okay, so this one, you can see that our first trade was entered. It didn't go hit our 30 pip profit target. It went back down. A second trade, auto trade. This is what can happen is I press the buy button, I step away, and let the comeback kid do its thing. If I'm not at my desk, if I'm sleeping, it enters this trade automatically by itself. Price has its pullback, closes out for $3.11 profit all on its own. That's the beauty of the comeback kit, and I think it's something that most people watching my channel don't realize, that you just press one button. It's basically you start the sequence. You find the best place in the market to enter, and the comeback kit does its best job to manage that position into profit. Okay, so let's talk about what happens if we have a bad trade sequence and the market doesn't do what we like. And there's another take profit that just took place. 3 trades on this one, but it was closed out for a realized profit of $3.15. So let's talk about stop losses, and because you might be thinking, well, what if you're wrong and the comeback kit just keeps entering trades in and out of the market until your account is dead? Well, the thing is that the auto trading portion of the comeback kit has shown really good back tests over the last 20 years of trading. So since 2003 on 7 different pairs. And the maximum drawdown with the current default settings on one of these pairs was roughly around 30%. And that can be pretty high. But considering that we're looking at a back test of 19 years to be exact, since we're in 2022 now, it shows that there's a lot of consistency within the strategy. That it's capable of some really good profit over a long period of time, even though the drawdown is on the higher side at its peak. If you'd like to see the 19-year backtest for the comeback kit, they are available through our Discord group or through the website. And the comeback kit has multiple stop loss settings if you are a trader that requires or wants a stop loss, so it's available to you. So this 30% drawdown that I talk about happened only once, and it was only for a few days on a couple of these 7 pairs. And what we are trying to do here is, as traders, we want a strategy that gives us a good guidance. So the auto trading portion of the comeback kit is basically pointing us in the right direction, and it's giving us something to go off on. It's showing us how a good strategy trades in the market over a long period of time, but we can improve that upon that as traders that understand the market. And that's what this channel is for, is to help guide you in finding out the best way to approach the market in a profitable way. And how to do that is by watching the indicators that you see here that are already included with the comeback kit, and also waiting for that rubber band stretch that I was talking about in my previous video. When the market stretches out, it bounces back in some way or form, right? And so just what we're looking at right here, this move down, right? This big move down, there wasn't a lot of pullback. There was a small one here, there was a small one that's taking place right here. But I suspect that if this continues down, that there's going to be a much bigger, larger correction that takes place thereafter. Or it's maybe already starting right here. I don't know. I haven't seen this part of the backtest yet. We'll see what happens. So it's continuing down. So I'm going to keep buying, actually, until I see that larger correction take place. And at this point, it still looks like it's kind of sitting down here. It looks like it's now taking place. Okay, so that larger correction, it has actually come to fruition. So we have this move down here, and then we've had that pullback or that correction that I'm talking to you about, and the possibility of a continuation down, or that correction turns into a complete trend change. And so that's why we can use our indicators here for trend trading, but we can also use them on counter trend trading if the market moves in a big way in one direction without a lot of pullback or a snapback after that stretch. Okay, so guys, this is how the Comeback Kid manages its positions, and it's here to help you. It's not here to complicate your life. It's not here to make things more difficult. It's actually here to really make your life better, make it easier, make you a more profitable trader. So I'm continuing to enter buy trades here, and let's enter another sell trade, and let's just show you a little bit more action of how this actually functions. So now, since we're down, and I actually entered a little bit late, but you can see here that we're getting into, well, it closed out into profit. So you can see all these trades closed out in profit with me almost entering randomly, and the Comeback Kid getting me out of the sequence in the profit. So it's also looking at the indicators as well, based on the support resistance. So this is the pivots indicator. So the one that shows us the 3 green lines and the 3 red lines. It's basing its re-entries into the market on those pivot points to get us back into the market in the best possible places where the pair is looking to have a pullback or a change in direction, or when it meets support or resistance. All right, so that's basically what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope that explains a little bit more of how the Comeback Kid is helpful in a daily trader's life. So thanks you guys for watching. Hope this was helpful. See you on the next one.